Hey guys, it's Holden from HMOM Fitness. Today is going to be knee tendonitis part 2. Basically this video is just going to go over some exercises to help strengthen and stretch your knee. Just gotta keep in mind that your knee, your patella is just kind of in between all these different muscles. So it's kind of a constant battle between stretching and strengthening certain muscles, but also understanding proper knee mechanics, that sort of stuff. So first off, for this, I'm going to do a quad rollout. Take a foam roller and you're just kind of rolling your quad, just like that. Variation is put one leg over the other and really kind of isolate that quad on top of it. Roll that out. Alright. I would do that and then incorporate a quad stretch. So do like a little set. So do a quad stretch for 30 seconds and then maybe foam roll for like a minute or so. Alright. And then next, you're going to stretch your glutes. Just knee to chest. Hold that for 30 seconds. Switch sides. So I'll get you loose first. And then exercises for strengthening the quads and hamstrings, quads and glutes, excuse me. You want to bend one knee and raise. Alright, so what I like to do with that is raise it 10 times, and at the top hold it for 30 seconds. Alright, do the same thing, bend. Alright, that'll really activate those quads. That'll be a nice burn. And for your glutes, I want to bend this bottom leg and kind of rotate your hips forward a bit. You don't want them out here. You want good mechanics. And do glute raises. Alright. You can add a ankle weight on your feet. And I do dead reps with that. So what that is, you just do until you can't do anymore. Or you can do 3 sets of 20. See how that works. I did that the other day and that was pretty solid. Also, you want to do a psoas stretch or a hip flexor stretch. So you get on one knee, twist, maybe raise the arm. Now I hit really right here. Alright? And that connects to your quad. And I'll help actually loosen up your knee too, stretching this out. Actually, that helps with your back too, really loosen up your back. So that's like one of my favorite stretches, that hip flexor, really underrated stretch too. So you can incorporate those 3 exercises. There's some other, there's one other I don't have right now. You get a fitness band, those elastic bands that have different strengths, like lightweight, medium weight, and what you do is you attach it around your ankle to both ankles. So it's right here. What you do is you do side shuffles. So what that's doing is you have tension between when you take a step, and that really hammers your glutes, like really hammers your glutes. And so the whole point of all this is strengthening your glutes will create knee stability and hip stability. Because if you have a knee or hip that's out of alignment, that'll affect how your knee functions. So you really want to have that really good hip stability and knee stability, and that's what the glute will do. It'll stabilize that knee and make sure that hip doesn't move out of place or anything. Right? So that's why the glute is very important. So you want to strengthen that, but also you want to stretch that. And then the quad strengthening, that kind of comes down to what your physical therapist wants you to do, that sort of stuff, because everyone's different. For me, I had really tight IT bands. So what I need to do is I need to strengthen my quads, but loosen my IT band so my patella, instead of it over here, I need to shift. So everyone's a little different. Also, you want to keep your hamstrings nice and loose always. I have a good hamstring stretch. It's a little different. So you bend over and fold. And what you want to do is you fold over, but push back with your knees and fold at the same time. So you want to fold and push back, and you'll feel it right here. And the difference with this stretch, and just keep pushing, the difference with this stretch is that it targets the middle portion of your hamstring, opposed to a straight-legged stretch, which only targets the tips. So this really hammers that middle portion of your hamstring. So if you look at my other video too, we had the IT band rollout. Make sure you do that no matter what. That's a location on your body that is very stretched or taken care of. So really take care of that with that foam rolling. Regarding icing and heating, you want to always ice after you play, and heating you can do before, but you'd probably just rather have a proper warm-up, dynamic stretching, lunges, that sort of stuff to get that knee kind of firing. But what I like to do is I'll take like an ice bath and then go in the hot tub, ice bath, hot tub. But the rule is you always want to finish with ice, all right? Because when you finish with ice, all the blood will kind of slowly go back into those areas of the body, and that's where the healing process really begins. Heating's not bad. It increases that inflammation, which inflammation is actually a healing process. When you take meds that anti-inflammatories, that actually slows it down. And yeah, the pain will go away, but your healing process won't. So actually heating is actually a good thing. It really helps, one, loosen up those muscles, but also it kind of speeds up that recovery time. So heating, icing are your friends. I would recommend doing that. Maybe not every day, but try and get your icing or some sort of heating in there once in a while. All right, and then one more thing for icing, really cool tip, is get a cup, fill it with water, like a red cup, fill it to one of those lines, put it in the freezer, and then take it out, and then just hit it on the top, and so you'll have an ice cube, kind of like this big. And what I like to do is I'll hold that in a towel, and what I'll do is I'll take that, and on my knee, I'll have this ice, but I'm holding a towel so it's not cold, and I literally kind of scrape and rub this quadricep tendon in my quad. So what that's doing is I'm icing that part of my knee, but also that pressing is kind of scraping away that fascia and some of that scar tissue. And yeah, it's not a professional technique, but it's the same concept as giving yourself a self-massage, foam rolling. You're kind of removing some of that scar tissue, opening up your quad, getting rid of that lactic acid. There's a lot of benefits. So take an ice cube and almost scrape. But remember, your tendon runs this way, so you want to hit it this way because the fibers, that's how you really open it up. If you just go with the grain, it's not going to really do much. So try and go this way opposed to this way. And that has a lot of benefits. You'll get a really good icing on that bone too, right here on your patella. And that, for me, that's pretty tender a lot, and I do that, I really feel great after. Overall, you can do all these exercises, but you really should consider going to a physical therapist, getting your whole body checked out. Because remember, your knee is just the intermediate between your feet and your hips and your back and all that. It all is related. If your feet are messed up, like me in my flat feet video, kind of pronate, so my knee kind of follows. If your hips are out of alignment, well, your knee can just be the intermediate between those two. So your hips and knees need to be in good alignment, and they need to be properly taken care of so that your knee won't hurt. Your knee is a very simple joint. There's just two bones connecting it, a few ligaments, very simple. Opposed to your shoulder has a lot of ligaments. Yeah, it has like a few bones, but it's amazing how your shoulder can do all these different up, down, side. That's a very flexible. Your knee is just bending that way. So it's pretty simple. But incorporate those quad IT band, glute exercises, even some core stability, some planks, hold that. But overall, do those exercises, I guarantee your knee will be feeling great. So this is Holden from H-Bomb Fitness. I want to thank you guys, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer and post some more videos. Thanks. See ya.